guys, welcome back to my channel. So we're going to jump straight in with this Valentine's Day soft, peachy and very flirty makeup look, and I'm starting off with the eyes, and I've got my MAC paint pot in the shade Soft Ochre, and this is just going to act as a base for our eyeshadows, and we're just going to set that all in place with my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and this is just going through the crease and a bit above it. And the reason I like to put a powder there, you can use an eyeshadow as well if you wanted like a clear bone coloured one, but this is just so that any eyeshadows that go on top blend nicely over it. Then I'm taking Burnt Orange from my Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I absolutely love this, and I'm just taking this shade through the crease and a bit above it, well above it. It's going to be our transitional blending shade, but it is one that is going to be able to be seen, and we also want to just work this on the outer corner a little bit too. I'm then taking the shade Whirl from the same palette, and I'm working this on the outer corner and then through the crease, and this time I'm not taking this shade as high up as Burnt Orange. As you can see, I'm just wiggling the brush back and forth on the outer corner and just through the crease, being a bit more precise with it. Then taking the shade Red Ochre, and then you can see I've wedged the blending brush into the crease so that I've got more precision and definition, and this is just to add a bit of depth onto the outer corner only. I'm not taking this too much into the crease at all, it's just to deepen it up a little bit. And then I'm taking the shade Cypress Umber, and again I'm doing the same thing, so I'm just wedging the brush right into the crease and looking kind of straight ahead so that I can get a bit more precision with it, and I'm just wiggling it back and forth and then taking it further into the crease and further into the eye. But as you can see, the shades aren't going too high up at all, and I'm just focusing them on the outer corner and through the crease slightly. Then for liner, I've got my Tarte Amazonian Clay waterproof gel liner, and I absolutely love this. It's one of the best liners ever, it's so good. So I'm just taking this along my lash line, and I'm not creating a wing at all, and then I'm going back in with the Cypress Umber eyeshadow just on the outer corners to kind of like blend the eyeliner into the outer corner so that you can't see any harsh lines of where the liner finishes, if that makes sense. And then moving on to skin, I've got my Becca Backlight Primer filter primer. Yeah, it's so beautiful. This just gives you like a really gorgeous glow from within, so it's so nice underneath your foundation. And then I'm taking my Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer, which I love using to cover up any discoloration, any scars or anything like that. Obviously, if you need to correct your skin, then you can do that now and then apply your foundation. So as for foundation, I've got my Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Golden, I believe, and I'm just applying this with a buffing brush, and instead of actually buffing the foundation into my skin, I'm stippling it on so that I achieve a little bit more coverage. But this is such a beautiful foundation. It's medium to full coverage, and it gives you like a kind of satin but matte finish. Then for underneath the eyes, I've got my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Medium, which is super full coverage, and I do have a full review on this, and I'll link it for you. So yeah, this is just going underneath the eyes to cover up any dark circles. And I'm just taking this in kind of like an upside down triangle so that we can highlight the face. And then to further highlight, I'm just taking it down the bridge of my nose, also on my forehead, also on my cupid's bow, and on my chin. So anywhere in the center of the face we want to light up. And then I've got my MAC Prep and Prime Light Boost pen just to brighten those areas up slightly further. This isn't to add any more coverage whatsoever because it's really nice and thin, but yeah, it's just to help brighten because I really want the skin to be looking glowy as hell. And then with my damp beauty blender sponge, I'm just going to blend all of those areas out, and yeah, nice and easy. And then I'm just going to set all of the concealed areas, so all of the areas where we just highlighted, I'm going to set that all in place with my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder again, and I'm using my beauty blender to do this so that the powder doesn't sit cakey at all because it's applied with a nice damp sponge. Then for bronzer, I've got my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Dark Deepest mixed with Gold Deposit, which has got a really nice shimmer and sheen to it. As I said, I want the skin to look really healthy and glowy, so mixing nice shimmery bronzer with a skin finish bronzer, which is what I've done, is going to give your skin that healthy glow. So I've just taken that through the hollows of my cheeks and also just onto my temples, so anywhere where the sun would naturally hit me. And then I'm just dusting off any of the excess powder from the baking that I did earlier with the powder. And then to contour, I've got my Half-Hearted Contour Powder by Makeup Geek, and I absolutely love this. I'm just taking this on a fluffy but tapered brush. It's great because the tapered bit of the brush helps you to get precision in the hollows of your cheeks, but then the fluffy kind of bit of the brush helps blend those areas out, if that makes sense. So I've just taken that through the hollows of my cheeks and onto my temples just to slim out those areas, and then I'm just taking on a slightly smaller brush down the sides of my nose just to contour that also. Then moving back onto the eyes quickly, I'm just taking all the shades that I've applied through the crease on my eyes, just on my lower lash line. So Burnt on Orange, Real Gar, Red Ochre, and then going in with Cypress Umber along the lash line, the lower lash line, and then I'm just blending all of those together and making it look really soft and smoky. Then to highlight, I'm taking one of my all-time favourite highlighters, and this is Champagne Pop by Becca and Jaclyn Hill, and I just love applying highlighter, as you can see. Looks amazing. So yeah, I like to just build up my highlighter, taking little bit by little bit, and keep going until I'm happy with it. It's the worst thing when you apply too much in one go, so just take small amounts and keep building it up until you're happy. And I like to take it on all of the highest points of my face, everywhere else, just to add that extra glow to the skin. And then I'm just taking a little bit on the inner corners of my eyes as well, just to help open them up and to make this look really nice and fresh. For mascara, I've got my Tarteist Clay Paint Mascara or something like that. I'll leave the name of it down below for you. But I've just applied a few coats of this onto my top lashes, and then I'm just applying some on my bottom lashes. And then I'll be applying some falsies off camera by Classy Lashes, and I will leave the name down below for you, but they're absolutely gorgeous. And then for blusher, I've got my MAC blusher in the shade Springsheen, which has got a really gorgeous kind of like coral peachy undertone, and it has a nice sheen to it. And finally for lips, I've got my Whirl lip liner, which I'm lining my lips with. This is a really nice classic nude lip pencil, and it goes with a lot of lip colours. I'm just lining my lips with this, not filling it in at all. And then for lipstick, I've got my Huda Beauty liquid lipstick in the shade Bombshell, which is a beautiful nude with like a peachy undertone. So I'm just applying this all over my lips. And then I wanted to add a bit of dimension to this look because the eyes are really matte. So I put a little bit of gloss in the center of my lips, and this is Undressed by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And as you can see, it's a really nice light gloss, but still goes with like the peachy undertones. So yeah, I'm just pressing my lips together to blend that in. And finally, just to make the lips look a little bit fuller and to add a bit more dimension, I'm taking Cork lip liner, which is a really nice brown tone, just on the lower lip and then on the outer corners of my top lip. But this is the finished look, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you did, comment down below, subscribe for more, and I shall see you all in my next one. Happy Valentine's Day! Mwah!